How Semen Retention Changes Your Life, written by James Tracy, published by Simple Audio Books. Introduction. Semen retention is an ancient and transformative practice deeply rooted in spiritual, philosophical, and scientific traditions. At its core, it involves consciously refraining from ejaculation to conserve and redirect the vital life energy associated with sexual function. This concept has been revered for centuries, particularly in cultures such as those in India and China, where practices like Tantra and Taoism emphasize the profound connection between sexual energy and spiritual growth. These traditions hold that sexual energy is one of the most powerful forces within the human body, capable of fueling not only reproduction, but also physical vitality, mental clarity, and spiritual enlightenment. By conserving this energy, practitioners aim to channel it into pursuits of higher purpose, such as creativity, personal development, and deeper emotional connection. From a biological perspective, semen is considered a rich source of vital nutrients, hormones, and energy, and its production requires significant bodily resources. Modern interpretations suggest that retaining semen might help maintain these resources, enhancing overall vitality and reducing feelings of fatigue, often associated with frequent ejaculation. Moreover, the practice is believed to influence hormonal balance, including stabilizing testosterone levels, which can contribute to increased energy, focus, and motivation. Many proponents also discuss its psychological benefits, noting that it fosters a heightened sense of self-discipline and control over impulses. This, in turn, can lead to a stronger sense of confidence and a deeper connection with one's goals and aspirations. Emotionally, semen retention is thought to encourage a greater awareness of oneself and one's desires, fostering emotional stability and resilience. The practice promotes mindfulness, as it requires individuals to develop control over their thoughts and urges, resulting in greater emotional intelligence. For those in relationships, semen retention can have a profound impact, potentially deepening intimacy and creating stronger bonds by shifting the focus away from physical gratification and toward emotional and spiritual connection. This shift can lead to more meaningful and fulfilling interactions with a partner, as well as improved communication and mutual understanding. Modern science, while still exploring the nuances of semen retention, has begun to investigate its potential benefits. Studies have indicated that refraining from ejaculation for certain periods may influence mood, cognitive function, and energy levels. Additionally, there is anecdotal evidence from practitioners who report a renewed sense of purpose, heightened awareness, and the ability to overcome personal challenges through this discipline. Critics and skeptics, however, caution against the over-exaggeration of claims, emphasizing the importance of a balanced and individualized approach. This book delves into the multifaceted aspects of semen retention, combining ancient wisdom with contemporary understanding. It presents practical techniques for practicing semen retention, such as meditation, breathing exercises, and energy redirection, ensuring that individuals can adopt the practice safely and effectively. It also addresses common misconceptions and challenges, helping readers navigate the complexities of this lifestyle change. By embracing semen retention as a tool for personal growth, readers are invited to explore a path that not only improves physical and mental health, but also fosters a profound sense of purpose and fulfillment in their everyday lives. Through dedication and mindful practice, semen retention can serve as a powerful catalyst for transformation, unlocking a deeper potential within every aspect of life. Chapter 1. The History and Philosophy of Semen Retention. The history of semen retention, rooted in the profound recognition of sexual energy as a fundamental and transformative force in human life, deeply embedded in the spiritual, philosophical, and cultural traditions of ancient civilizations. Across millennia, societies have perceived semen not merely as a biological component of reproduction, but as a potent symbol of vitality, creativity, and spiritual ascension. In ancient China, Taoist practitioners revered semen as a vital essence called Jing, one of the foundational energies in their metaphysical framework. Taoist philosophy proposed that the conservation of Jing through practices like semen retention could prolong life, enhance vitality, and sharpen mental clarity. Taoist masters developed intricate methods, including meditative breathing, energy redirection, and disciplined intimacy, aimed at cultivating and circulating sexual energy throughout the body, transforming it into a higher spiritual force. Similarly, in India, the Tantric tradition explored semen retention as part of a broader spiritual discipline, viewing sexual energy as a sacred force capable of unlocking enlightenment. In Tantra, ejaculation was considered a potential dissipation of spiritual power, while its control and redirection were believed to foster deep spiritual awakening and inner balance. These practices often involved ritualistic approaches to intimacy, emphasizing mindfulness and the merging of physical and spiritual realms. Beyond Asia, similar concepts emerged in early Western and Middle Eastern philosophies. Ancient Greek philosophers like Pythagoras and Plato hinted at the significance of mastering bodily desires for intellectual and spiritual development. In Christian asceticism, sexual abstinence was linked to spiritual purity, while in Islamic Sufism, self-discipline in matters of sexual conduct was regarded as a means of achieving closeness to God. These historical perspectives did not view semen retention in isolation, but as part of a broader framework of self-mastery and holistic well-being. The idea was to harmonize physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life, transforming primal instincts into a source of empowerment and enlightenment. Across these cultures, the practice was not about denial, but about intentionality, encouraging individuals to channel their most potent energies toward personal and collective growth. Over time, these traditions influenced each other, with traveling scholars and mystics exchanging ideas, further enriching the philosophy. In modern times, semen retention continues to draw from these ancient roots, blending them with contemporary understandings of physiology, psychology, and personal development. While much of the ancient mysticism surrounding the practice has been reinterpreted, the underlying principles remain: that sexual energy is a powerful resource, and its intentional use can lead to enhanced vitality, focus, and spiritual fulfillment. This chapter traces these interwoven historical threads and philosophical insights, shedding light on how this ancient practice has evolved and adapted to remain relevant in today's quest for holistic well-being and self-mastery. It underscores how semen retention has consistently been viewed as a profound means of harnessing one's energy for a higher purpose, bridging the physical and metaphysical, the personal and the universal, through centuries of human exploration. Chapter 2. The Science Behind Semen Retention. The science behind semen retention delves into the intricate interplay of biological, hormonal, and neurological mechanisms that make the practice a subject of both fascination and debate. Semen is not merely a reproductive fluid. It is a highly concentrated substance composed of essential nutrients, including proteins, enzymes, vitamins like B12, and trace minerals such as zinc, magnesium, and calcium. These components are crucial for various bodily functions, including immune system support, cellular regeneration, and hormonal regulation. The production of semen is an energy-intensive process, requiring significant metabolic resources to generate each ejaculate. Consequently, frequent ejaculation can lead to temporary depletion of these vital nutrients, potentially resulting in fatigue, decreased vitality, and a diminished sense of overall energy. Retaining semen allows the body to conserve these resources, redirecting them toward physical maintenance, repair, and other physiological processes that support optimal health. From a hormonal perspective, semen retention has been linked to fluctuations in testosterone levels, a key hormone associated with energy, focus, muscle development, and libido. Studies suggest that abstinence from ejaculation for several days can result in a temporary spike in testosterone, which may enhance motivation, competitiveness, and mood stability. This hormonal surge can also contribute to heightened mental clarity, increased drive, and improved emotional resilience. Moreover, semen retention appears to influence the brain's reward system, particularly the dopaminergic pathways responsible for pleasure and motivation. Frequent ejaculation can overstimulate these pathways, potentially leading to desensitization and decreased satisfaction in everyday activities. By refraining from ejaculation, individuals may experience a reset in their brain's reward circuits, fostering improved impulse control, reduced compulsive behaviors, and greater capacity for delayed gratification. On a neurological level, semen retention is believed to impact the autonomic nervous system, which governs the body's stress response and energy balance. Retaining semen may help maintain equilibrium between the sympathetic fight or flight and parasympathetic rest and digest branches of the nervous system, resulting in a more stable energy flow and heightened state of relaxation. This balance is thought to support improved focus, better sleep quality, and enhanced physical performance. Anecdotal reports from practitioners often highlight a noticeable increase in productivity, creativity, and a sense of groundedness in daily life. Critics of semen retention argue that some claims lack robust scientific validation and may be influenced by anecdotal or subjective experiences rather than empirical data. While some benefits can be scientifically explained, others remain speculative or tied to individual interpretations. For instance, the notion that semen retention can lead to spiritual awakening or energy transmutation draws more from traditional philosophies like Taoism and Tantra than from modern scientific frameworks. Nevertheless, the growing interest in the practice has spurred ongoing research into its potential impacts on health and well-being. In summary, semen retention offers a compelling lens through which to examine the interconnectedness of biological processes, hormonal regulation, and psychological resilience. It suggests that by conserving and redirecting one of the body's most vital resources, individuals can potentially enhance their physical, mental, and emotional capacities. While more research is needed to fully understand the mechanisms and limitations of the practice, its advocates continue to explore how this ancient tradition aligns with contemporary insights into health and personal development. The science behind semen retention serves as both a foundation and a bridge, connecting age-old wisdom with modern curiosity about the untapped potential of human energy. Chapter 3. Physical benefits of semen retention. The physical benefits of semen retention are deeply rooted in the idea that the body's resources, conserved through abstinence from ejaculation, can be redirected toward enhancing overall vitality, strength, and physical well-being. Semen, a nutrient-dense substance, contains a rich composition of proteins, amino acids, enzymes, vitamins such as B12 and C, and essential minerals like zinc, calcium, and magnesium. These elements play crucial roles in various physiological processes, including cellular regeneration, immune defense, and energy production. Frequent ejaculation requires the body to consistently produce and replenish these components, an energy-intensive process that may strain physical resources and contribute to fatigue or diminished vitality over time. By practicing semen retention, individuals allow their bodies to conserve these nutrients, potentially leading to increased energy reserves, enhanced physical stamina, and a more robust immune response. One of the most significant physical benefits associated with semen retention is its impact on hormonal balance, particularly testosterone. Testosterone, the primary male sex hormone, is essential for maintaining muscle mass, bone density, physical strength, and libido. Research and anecdotal evidence suggest that periodic abstinence from ejaculation can stabilize and temporarily elevate testosterone levels, leading to improvements in physical performance, endurance, and recovery rates after physical exertion. This hormonal boost may also contribute to better muscle growth and faster tissue repair, making semen retention an appealing practice for athletes and fitness enthusiasts seeking to optimize their physical capabilities. Another key benefit lies in improved cardiovascular health, as semen retention is thought to promote better circulation and reduce oxidative stress in the body. Oxidative stress, caused by an imbalance of free radicals and antioxidants, is a major contributor to aging and chronic diseases. By conserving energy and redirecting it toward bodily repair and maintenance, semen retention may help mitigate oxidative damage, support healthier blood vessels, and enhance overall cardiovascular function. Practitioners often report a noticeable improvement in their physical appearance, attributing glowing skin, clearer complexion, and a more youthful and vibrant demeanor to the body's ability to allocate conserved nutrients and energy toward rejuvenation. Semen retention is also linked to enhanced physical resilience and reduced fatigue. The body, unburdened by the energy demands of constant reproductive processes, can channel its efforts toward maintaining homeostasis and optimizing physical performance. This shift may result in greater endurance during physical activities, quicker recovery from exercise or injury, and a general sense of vigor and strength. Additionally, many proponents of semen retention report better sleep quality, which is crucial for physical recovery and overall health. Quality sleep enhances muscle repair, boosts immune function, and reduces stress, creating a positive cycle that amplifies the physical benefits of semen retention. While scientific research on semen retention is still emerging, its practice has been supported by centuries of anecdotal evidence and traditional wisdom. For many, the physical changes observed through semen retention serve as a testament to the body's ability to thrive when energy is conserved and redirected with intention. From improving energy levels and muscle tone to fostering healthier skin and a balanced hormonal profile, semen retention offers a unique approach to maximizing physical health. Critics caution against overgeneralizing its benefits, emphasizing that individual experiences may vary based on factors like lifestyle, diet, and overall health. Nonetheless, the potential of semen retention to optimize the body's natural energy systems and promote a vibrant physical state continues to attract those seeking a holistic approach to wellness. Through disciplined practice, individuals may unlock a deeper understanding of their physical capabilities, leveraging the power of conserved energy for sustained health and vitality. Chapter 4: Psychological and Emotional Benefits. The psychological and emotional benefits of semen retention are profound, touching on several layers of mental and emotional well-being that are deeply intertwined with the body's energy systems. Semen retention is believed to foster significant improvements in mental clarity and cognitive function, as the practice enables the body to preserve vital resources that would otherwise be spent in the reproductive process. This conservation of energy is redirected to enhance brain functions such as focus, concentration, and overall mental sharpness. Rather than feeling fatigued or mentally drained, individuals who practice semen retention often report an increased sense of alertness and heightened intellectual capacity, which may lead to greater productivity and a clearer understanding of their goals and desires. The practice is said to balance the brain's neurochemical processes, particularly those involving dopamine, a neurotransmitter responsible for feelings of pleasure, motivation, and reward. Dopamine is released in response to pleasurable activities, including sexual activity, and frequent ejaculation can cause a surge in dopamine, leading to a temporary high followed by a drop in mood and energy. Over time, this cycle of overstimulation can result in a diminished sense of satisfaction and reduced motivation for other aspects of life. By abstaining from ejaculation, semen retention is thought to reset the dopamine system, allowing the individual to experience a more stable and prolonged sense of satisfaction and pleasure from everyday activities, thus fostering long-term motivation and a more fulfilling emotional life. Emotionally, semen retention encourages greater self-discipline, a key factor in emotional growth. It requires a conscious choice to resist immediate gratification, which enhances emotional regulation and builds resilience against impulsive behaviors. This self-control can significantly improve emotional stability, as individuals become less prone to erratic mood swings and more capable of maintaining composure under stress. The practice of conserving sexual energy, particularly when faced with temptations or emotional triggers, helps individuals develop a sense of mastery over their emotions and desires. This emotional balance often leads to a reduction in anxiety, as practitioners are less likely to feel overwhelmed by their impulses or external pressures. Instead, they experience a greater sense of inner calm and emotional security, which enhances their ability to navigate difficult situations without being overwhelmed by negative emotions. Semen retention is also believed to boost self-confidence and self-esteem. By practicing the discipline of retention, individuals often experience a sense of accomplishment and empowerment. Each day of successful abstinence is seen as a victory, building a deeper sense of personal strength and resilience. This growing confidence is reflected in their interactions with others, as they are more likely to express themselves assertively and maintain healthy boundaries. The increase in self-esteem is not just the result of resisting the urge to ejaculate, but is also linked to the overall improvement in mental and emotional well-being. As individuals gain more control over their desires and impulses, they begin to perceive themselves as more in control of their lives, reinforcing their belief in their own capabilities and worth. Moreover, semen retention is thought to have a calming effect on the nervous system. By abstaining from sexual release, the body conserves energy that would otherwise be spent in a physical and emotional high, which can leave the nervous system in a heightened state of alertness or arousal. With semen retention, the body is able to maintain a more balanced, relaxed state, leading to lower levels of stress and anxiety. This sense of calmness is also linked to improved sleep quality, as the body and mind are less likely to be overstimulated, contributing to deeper, more restorative rest. Improved sleep plays a critical role in emotional well-being, as it supports the body's ability to recover from daily stress and enhances cognitive function. Semen retention also encourages a more intentional approach to life, as practitioners experience heightened emotional awareness and mental clarity. They often find themselves more in tune with their own feelings and desires. This greater sense of self-awareness can lead to improved relationships with others, as individuals become better at understanding their emotions and communicating their needs in a constructive way. As a result, they may experience stronger, more meaningful connections with their partners, friends, and colleagues, grounded in empathy, understanding, and mutual respect. This emotional maturity fosters a sense of emotional fulfillment, which can translate into a more positive outlook on life and a greater sense of purpose. Another critical emotional benefit is the development of resilience. The practice of semen retention allows individuals to face challenges and temptations head-on, which naturally strengthens their capacity to cope with emotional adversity. This resilience is reflected not only in their ability to resist sexual urges, but also in their responses to stress, frustration, and other emotional triggers. By cultivating self-discipline and emotional control, individuals who practice semen retention often find themselves better equipped to handle the ups and downs of life with greater grace and composure. Furthermore, the psychological benefits of semen retention can extend beyond individual experiences, influencing interpersonal dynamics. As people become more grounded and emotionally stable, they often find it easier to foster healthy, respectful relationships. Their enhanced emotional intelligence allows them to respond more thoughtfully to others, leading to more harmonious interactions and deeper connections. Additionally, the improved self-awareness that comes with the practice can help individuals set better boundaries, which is crucial for maintaining balanced and fulfilling relationships. In summary, the psychological and emotional benefits of semen retention are far-reaching, impacting not only individual mental clarity and emotional regulation, but also enhancing the quality of relationships and the overall sense of life satisfaction. Through the practice of conserving sexual energy, individuals often experience a heightened sense of self-mastery, greater emotional stability, and improved interpersonal dynamics. These benefits create a positive feedback loop, where increased emotional and mental well-being lead to more fulfilling life experiences, empowering individuals to lead more intentional, balanced, and connected lives. The practice, while rooted in ancient traditions, has contemporary applications that help individuals achieve a greater sense of psychological and emotional harmony. Chapter 5: Semen Retention and Relationships. Semen retention can have a significant influence on relationships, creating a foundation for deeper emotional connections, improved communication, and a stronger sense of intimacy between partners. The practice involves the conscious choice to abstain from ejaculation, which is thought to allow individuals to conserve their sexual energy and redirect it toward other aspects of their lives, including their relationships. By preserving this vital energy, individuals may find that they become less distracted by the constant desire for sexual release, allowing them to focus more on cultivating emotional closeness and spiritual connection with their partner. This shift in focus often leads to an increased level of emotional intelligence, as the practice encourages a deeper self-awareness that can help individuals better understand their own emotions and those of their partner. With this heightened emotional understanding, communication within the relationship becomes more open, honest, and constructive. Partners are better able to express their needs, feelings, and concerns in a way that fosters mutual respect and strengthens the bond between them. Additionally, the emotional maturity gained through semen retention can also help individuals navigate conflict more effectively. Because semen retention encourages emotional regulation and self-discipline, individuals who practice it are less likely to react impulsively during arguments or disagreements. This ability to remain calm and collected in the face of conflict allows for more rational and empathetic discussions, where both partners are able to express their viewpoints without resorting to anger or defensiveness. Over time, this creates a healthier communication dynamic, reducing the frequency of misunderstandings and emotional outbursts. Furthermore, the sense of inner peace and self-mastery that comes with semen retention can contribute to a more secure attachment between partners. When both individuals feel emotionally stable and confident in their ability to manage their emotions, they are more likely to trust each other, which is essential for building a lasting and fulfilling relationship. Semen retention is also believed to enhance sexual intimacy, but in a way that is more focused on quality than quantity. The practice encourages partners to explore sexual pleasure in a more mindful and deliberate way, rather than rushing toward orgasm as the ultimate goal. This shift in focus often results in longer, more intimate experiences where both partners can deeply connect, both physically and emotionally. The energy conserved through semen retention is thought to translate into more powerful, transformative sexual experiences that are not just physically satisfying, but emotionally and spiritually enriching. Couples may feel more connected to each other during sex, experiencing a deeper sense of union and understanding that transcends the physical act itself. This enhanced intimacy can lead to a more fulfilling sexual relationship, where both partners feel valued, respected, and appreciated. Beyond physical intimacy, semen retention is also believed to positively impact the overall dynamics of the relationship. As individuals develop greater self-discipline and emotional control, they are often able to set healthier boundaries and demonstrate more respect for their partner's needs and desires. This increased sense of respect and mutual understanding can strengthen the foundation of the relationship, helping both partners feel seen and heard. It also encourages a greater level of shared responsibility within the relationship, as both individuals are more likely to take an active role in nurturing the connection and working toward shared goals. The emotional benefits of semen retention, such as reduced stress and anxiety, can also contribute to a calmer, more peaceful atmosphere within the relationship, where both partners feel supported and secure. Moreover, Semen retention can help individuals develop a greater sense of purpose within the relationship by shifting their energy toward emotional and spiritual growth. Individuals may find that they feel more aligned with their partner's values and goals. This alignment can create a sense of shared vision and direction within the relationship, fostering a deeper sense of connection and partnership. Couples who practice semen retention may also find that they are more likely to engage in activities that support the health and growth of their relationship, such as spending quality time together, engaging in meaningful conversations, and exploring shared interests. This sense of purpose and intentionality can lead to a stronger, more harmonious relationship, where both partners feel that they are growing together and supporting each other's personal and collective growth. The emotional benefits of semen retention can also help to create a more balanced and fulfilling relationship. As both partners become more emotionally stable, they are able to create a relationship dynamic that is based on mutual respect, trust, and understanding, rather than relying on external sources of validation or fulfillment. This creates a healthier, more self-sustaining connection where both partners feel secure in their own sense of self-worth and are able to support each other's growth without feeling dependent on each other for validation. As the relationship evolves, both individuals may find that they become more attuned to each other's emotional rhythms and needs, allowing them to communicate more effectively and respond more thoughtfully to each other's emotions. This emotional attunement can create a deep sense of harmony and trust within the relationship, as both partners feel that their emotional needs are being met and that they are being valued for who they are, rather than for what they can provide. Furthermore, the practice of semen retention can also help to preserve the emotional and physical energy of the relationship, which is essential for sustaining long-term connection and intimacy. When sexual energy is conserved and redirected, couples may find that they are better able to engage in other forms of intimacy, such as emotional connection, intellectual engagement, and spiritual growth. This broadening of the ways in which intimacy is experienced can deepen the bond between partners as they become more attuned to each other's emotional, intellectual, and spiritual needs. This holistic approach to intimacy helps create a relationship that is not solely focused on physical desire, but on a deeper, more enduring connection that nurtures both individuals on all levels. In conclusion, semen retention has the potential to significantly enhance relationships by fostering greater emotional intimacy, improved communication, and stronger bonds between partners. By redirecting sexual energy toward emotional and spiritual growth, individuals can deepen their connection with their partner, improving the overall quality of the relationship. The practice encourages emotional maturity, self-discipline, and a deeper sense of trust and understanding, all of which contribute to a more fulfilling and harmonious relationship. Whether through enhanced sexual intimacy, improved conflict resolution, or a greater sense of mutual respect, semen retention offers a powerful tool for cultivating lasting, meaningful relationships built on trust, love, and shared growth. Chapter 6. Practical tips for semen retention. Practical tips for semen retention are vital for those seeking to make the practice a consistent and successful part of their lives, offering guidance for overcoming obstacles and building resilience. One of the foundational tips is the cultivation of strong self-discipline, which is crucial for maintaining the commitment to retention. Discipline involves setting clear intentions and developing a mindset that prioritizes long-term benefits over short-term gratification. This mental commitment is necessary for resisting the impulse to indulge in sexual release, as semen retention demands a shift in behavior and mindset. Being intentional about this shift can help individuals align their daily habits and routines with their goal of retaining energy. Alongside self-discipline, mindfulness and meditation play key roles in strengthening mental awareness. These practices help individuals become more attuned to their emotional and physical states, which in turn can prevent rash decisions or actions driven by immediate desires. Through meditation, Individuals can also learn to control their thoughts and impulses, fostering a sense of inner peace that aids in the retention process. By focusing on the present moment and cultivating emotional stability, they can manage urges in a healthier way and stay true to their commitment. Regular physical exercise is another critical component of the practical tips for semen retention. Exercise helps to channel physical energy that might otherwise be redirected towards sexual desire. Engaging in activities like weightlifting, running, yoga, or swimming not only strengthens the body, but also promotes the release of endorphins, which boost mood and help reduce stress. This physical exertion can serve as a healthy outlet for the built-up sexual energy, keeping the body active and engaged in ways that support the goals of retention. Additionally, regular exercise can enhance overall health, increase self-confidence, and improve mental clarity, all of which contribute to greater emotional resilience and focus. Beyond physical exercise, adopting a healthy lifestyle is essential for successful retention. A well-balanced diet that includes nutrient-rich foods such as vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, and whole grains helps sustain energy levels and keeps the body in optimal condition. Sufficient sleep is also essential, as sleep is a natural restorative process that helps the body recover, re-energize, and maintain hormonal balance. Getting enough rest supports mental clarity and emotional regulation, which are key when practicing semen retention. Avoiding negative stimuli such as pornography or excessive sexual content is also necessary, as these can trigger urges and undermine the progress made through retention. Focusing on activities that nurture the mind and spirit, such as reading, writing, or learning new skills, can further reduce the risk of distraction and help individuals stay grounded in their practice. Creating a supportive environment is another important strategy for semen retention. Being around like-minded individuals who support and encourage the practice can make a significant difference in staying committed. Whether it's through online communities, support groups, or close friends who understand the benefits of retention, a support system helps individuals stay motivated and accountable. Regularly discussing goals and challenges with others on the same path can provide valuable insights and reassurance during times of difficulty. Journaling is a highly recommended practice, as it allows individuals to track their progress, reflect on their experiences, and identify patterns or triggers. Writing about the emotional and physical effects of retention can increase self-awareness, deepen understanding of the practice, and keep individuals engaged in their journey. It also offers a way to celebrate milestones and acknowledge growth, reinforcing the decision to continue. For those who experience intense sexual urges, finding productive distractions is an effective way to redirect that energy. Engaging in creative outlets, such as painting, music, writing, or learning a new skill, can serve as an excellent way to channel excess energy and keep the mind occupied in fulfilling ways. These activities can also contribute to personal growth, enhancing confidence and providing a sense of accomplishment that bolsters emotional well-being. It's essential to practice patience and self-compassion during the semen retention journey. Setbacks are a natural part of the process, and it's important to acknowledge that perfection is not the goal. Instead, the practice is about continuous self-improvement, and it's essential to be kind to oneself when mistakes happen. Self-compassion helps prevent feelings of shame or guilt, which can derail progress and hinder emotional growth. By maintaining a compassionate outlook, individuals can stay grounded and focused, learning from their experiences without judgment. Understanding that retention is a long-term practice rather than an immediate fix encourages a healthy and sustainable approach. Progress should be viewed incrementally, with an emphasis on small victories rather than drastic changes. In this way, the practice becomes less about rigid rules and more about developing habits that foster a balanced life. The process of semen retention should also include an awareness of personal limitations. While some individuals may find certain techniques or practices easier to implement than others, it's important to tailor strategies to individual needs and circumstances. For instance, Some may benefit from engaging in physical activities that involve a high degree of energy output, while others might find that mindfulness or meditation practices help them maintain focus. Customizing the approach ensures a sustainable and realistic path to achieving the benefits of semen retention. Another vital element of practical semen retention is understanding the nature of sexual energy and how it can be harnessed. Instead of seeing sexual energy as something to suppress or repress, semen retention teaches individuals to transmute this energy into other forms of productivity, creativity, and personal growth. For example, the energy that would typically be expended in ejaculation can be channeled into professional goals, creative endeavors, or spiritual practices. Embracing the idea that sexual energy is a powerful force for transformation can shift an individual's perspective, making the retention process feel more like a conscious choice rather than a challenge to be overcome. This shift in mindset is key to sustaining long-term success, as it reframes the experience as an opportunity for growth and empowerment rather than deprivation. Furthermore, individuals practicing semen retention can benefit from setting specific, achievable goals to keep themselves focused and motivated. Whether it's committing to a certain period of retention or setting milestones for personal growth, having clear objectives provides a sense of direction and purpose. Goals help individuals stay on track, providing a sense of accomplishment and reinforcing their dedication to the practice. Having a vision of what retention can bring, whether it's greater energy, emotional stability, or enhanced relationships, serves as a continual source of motivation, helping individuals navigate moments of temptation or difficulty. Lastly, it's important to integrate semen retention into a broader context of personal development. The practice is not isolated from other aspects of life, but rather complements and enhances an individual's overall well-being. By incorporating other practices, such as gratitude, mindfulness, and goal setting, retention becomes part of a holistic approach to self-improvement. When viewed as a tool for cultivating a better, more focused life, the process of semen retention can lead to profound shifts in behavior, mindset, and personal fulfillment. By taking consistent, practical steps, individuals can maximize the benefits of semen retention and create lasting changes in their physical, emotional, and spiritual lives. Chapter 7: Misconceptions and Controversies. Chapter 7 offers an in-depth exploration of the many misconceptions and controversies surrounding the practice of semen retention, addressing common misunderstandings and the debates that swirl around it in both popular and scientific circles. One of the most significant misconceptions is that semen retention is merely about abstaining from sexual activity. Many people believe that its sole focus is on avoiding ejaculation, which simplifies the practice and neglects its broader implications, such as the philosophical and spiritual dimensions. Semen retention is much more than just controlling sexual urges. It involves transmuting sexual energy into personal growth, creativity, and vitality, often within the context of self-discipline and mindfulness. The practice is not about suppressing or denying one's natural sexual desires, but about mastering them to redirect that energy into other pursuits that foster well-being and personal development. This distinction between mere abstinence and conscious retention is a key aspect that many critics fail to grasp. Another misconception that frequently arises is the idea that semen retention can lead to physical harm. Some detractors claim that not ejaculating can be damaging to one's health, resulting in pain, pressure, or frustration. However, the chapter argues that when practiced with awareness and a balanced approach, retention can offer several health benefits, such as improved energy, enhanced mood, and greater focus. The belief that withholding semen is inherently unnatural is rooted in cultural norms and a lack of understanding of how the body's energy systems work. When done consciously, the practice of semen retention is not harmful and, for many practitioners, leads to an improved quality of life. Additionally, many people dismiss semen retention as a temporary or short-term practice with no lasting impact, when in fact, those who commit to it often report sustained improvements in their physical and emotional health over time. This long-term perspective challenges the superficial criticisms that fail to recognize the enduring benefits of consistent retention. One of the most contentious aspects of semen retention revolves around its potential to improve sexual performance and vitality. Critics often argue that retaining semen could lead to a diminished libido or sexual frustration. However, proponents claim that retention actually enhances sexual stamina, desire, and pleasure by allowing energy to build up over time, leading to greater sexual vitality. Some argue that prolonged abstinence from ejaculation can increase testosterone levels, heightening not just sexual energy, but also physical strength, focus, and motivation. On the other hand, there is skepticism about whether these effects are scientifically proven, with some pointing to a lack of solid research on the long-term impact of semen retention. While the chapter acknowledges that the scientific community is still debating these claims, it emphasizes that many practitioners experience these benefits personally, suggesting that the psychological effects may play a substantial role in the perceived improvements. This psychological dimension is important because belief in the effectiveness of semen retention can have a significant impact on its outcomes, reinforcing the notion that the mind-body connection plays a central role in the practice. The scientific debate surrounding semen retention is also highlighted, with critics arguing that the benefits attributed to the practice are often exaggerated or based on anecdotal evidence rather than rigorous scientific studies. This controversy arises from the fact that much of the research on semen retention is limited, with many of the studies focused on short-term effects or conducted in animal models rather than humans. As a result, there is no definitive scientific consensus on the physiological benefits of semen retention, and some dismiss it as pseudoscience. However, the chapter makes the case that personal experiences and subjective reports from those who practice retention suggest a tangible effect, even if it cannot be fully substantiated through empirical research at this time. In the absence of conclusive scientific data, the practice remains a personal journey, where each individual's experience may differ, and the benefits are often self-reported rather than proven by clinical trials. Additionally, some critics argue that semen retention can lead to an unhealthy preoccupation with self-control and may be psychologically damaging. They claim that practicing strict abstinence or sexual discipline can result in feelings of guilt, shame, or anxiety, especially if one fails to maintain perfect control. The concern here is that the pressure to retain semen at all costs can create a negative relationship with sexuality, where the natural desires become sources of conflict rather than acceptance. The chapter addresses these concerns by acknowledging that, like any discipline, semen retention should be approached with balance and awareness. It's important to understand that the practice is not about repressing sexual urges or creating unhealthy patterns of thought, but rather about cultivating a healthy relationship with one's sexual energy. If approached with the right mindset and self-compassion, semen retention can become a tool for personal growth, not an exercise in restriction or denial. This mindset is essential for overcoming the psychological challenges that might arise, allowing practitioners to enjoy the benefits without falling into unhealthy obsessions or feelings of guilt. Another common criticism of semen retention stems from the idea that it encourages an unrealistic focus on sexual energy to the exclusion of other important aspects of life. Some argue that by prioritizing semen retention, individuals may develop a narrow view of personal development that fails to consider the broader dimensions of well-being. For instance, it may lead to neglecting emotional or spiritual growth in favor of solely focusing on controlling sexual urges. The chapter contends that this criticism is based on a misunderstanding of the holistic nature of semen retention, which, when practiced correctly, complements a balanced life. Rather than being a singular focus, semen retention is often integrated with other self-improvement practices, such as meditation, physical fitness, and mindfulness, creating a well-rounded approach to personal development. The goal is not to create an obsession with retention, but to use it as a tool for enhancing overall well-being and achieving greater self-awareness. The chapter also addresses the societal pressures that influence perceptions of semen retention, pointing out that mainstream culture often promotes casual sex and immediate gratification, which runs counter to the principles of retention. In a world where instant pleasure is often sought after, the practice of semen retention can be viewed as a rebellious or radical act. This societal influence can cause confusion or judgment for those who choose to engage in retention, making it difficult for them to openly discuss or embrace the practice. The chapter encourages individuals to question societal norms and to make decisions based on personal values rather than external pressure. It emphasizes that semen retention is a choice that should be made thoughtfully and with awareness of the potential societal stigma, which is often rooted in cultural taboos surrounding sexuality. Lastly, the chapter explores how misconceptions about semen retention often arise from a lack of education or understanding of its true benefits. Many people dismiss the practice as extreme or unnecessary simply because they do not fully grasp its underlying philosophy and potential rewards. The chapter encourages readers to explore semen retention with an open mind and to question the dominant narratives that often downplay or misrepresent the practice. It suggests that the key to overcoming these misconceptions is education, self-experimentation, and a willingness to engage with the practice on a personal level. By doing so, individuals can arrive at their own conclusions about the validity and value of semen retention, rather than relying on misconceptions or hearsay. The chapter ultimately encourages an open-minded and balanced approach to semen retention, free from judgment and based on individual experiences and insights. Conclusion. The conclusion of the book offers a reflective summary of the journey that semen retention can take an individual on when practiced with deliberate intent, mindfulness, and consistency. It encapsulates the transformative nature of the practice, outlining the profound physical, emotional, and psychological changes that practitioners may experience. On a physical level, the conclusion reiterates how semen retention can lead to an increase in energy, vitality, and physical health, as energy once diverted towards sexual release is redirected into other vital functions of the body. This boost in energy is not just temporary, but can result in long-term improvements in stamina, focus, and overall physical well-being. Additionally, it highlights how the practice fosters a deeper connection to one's body, creating a sense of mastery and self-discipline that can extend into all areas of life. The book acknowledges that the initial stages of semen retention may come with challenges, such as temptation, frustration, or confusion about the process, but it reassures the reader that persistence, patience, and understanding the deeper philosophy behind the practice will help overcome these obstacles. Emotional resilience is another critical component of the conclusion. As retention helps individuals learn to control their sexual urges, it often translates to improved emotional regulation, allowing them to face life's difficulties with more stability and less impulsivity. This growth in emotional intelligence results in better relationships with others and an increased sense of inner peace. The conclusion also stresses that semen retention is not merely about abstaining from sexual activity. It's about cultivating a more profound sense of self-awareness and redirecting that sexual energy into creative and productive outlets. This shift in energy can be seen as a catalyst for unlocking untapped potential, helping individuals achieve higher levels of focus, creativity, and drive, all of which are essential for personal and professional growth. The book calls attention to the idea that, when practiced in the right mindset, semen retention can become a powerful tool for self-improvement that extends far beyond the realm of sexuality. The energy conserved through retention is considered by many practitioners to be transmuted into the pursuit of personal goals, such as advancing in career, enhancing physical fitness, and engaging in spiritual practices. This holistic approach to semen retention underscores its potential to foster a balanced and integrated life. Addressing the controversies and misconceptions, the conclusion acknowledges that the practice is often misunderstood and met with skepticism. However, it reinforces that the effectiveness of semen retention does not solely depend on scientific validation, but also on personal experience and belief. The chapter reminds the reader that much of the value of semen retention comes from subjective experiences rather than hard data, encouraging them to explore the practice with an open mind and trust their own journey. For those concerned about the possible negative effects of self-imposed sexual restraint, the book makes the point that semen retention, when approached in moderation and without obsession, can be highly beneficial. It does not encourage extreme abstinence, but instead advocates for a balanced approach that harmonizes sexual energy with other aspects of life. In its broader message, the conclusion emphasizes that semen retention, when practiced with an understanding of its deeper spiritual and personal development benefits, can be a profound and empowering tool. It invites the reader to reflect on their own sexual energy and explore how it can be channeled into more purposeful pursuits, rather than seeing the practice as a form of repression. The conclusion advocates for it as a way to harness and redirect energy in a manner that aligns with one's greater life goals. It concludes by encouraging readers to experiment with the practice, maintain a sense of balance, and, most importantly, be patient with themselves as they experience the potential rewards of semen retention over time. This concluding message seeks to inspire empowerment through self-mastery, encouraging individuals to approach semen retention as a lifelong practice of self-discovery, growth, and positive change. The book's ultimate takeaway is that semen retention is not merely about holding back, it is about redirecting the powerful force of sexual energy toward realizing one's fullest potential in all areas of life.